Sam pushed a long strand of dark hair out of her weary eyes as she bent down to tape the moving box shut. Thankfully, she was almost done, and this was her last room. Even better, she was down to her last couple of boxes. She rubbed her aching shoulder as she straightened, surveying her compact kitchen as she decided what to tackle next. Packing was one of her least favorite things in the entire world. Her least favorite thing was the actual moving. What did I get myself into? But Sam knew the answer. She also knew this move would be one of the best decisions she'd made in years. Lee was worth the misery. A smile lifted the corners of her lips. He would be arriving soon, setting into motion their plan for him to drive the moving truck from Michigan to Florida, while she and her daughter, Brianna, followed behind in her car. She hadn't seen him since returning home several weeks ago. They talked on the phone every day, but it wasn't the same as being with him. Not by a long shot. Sam knew he missed her as much as she missed him. She also suspected he had a motive for calling. He didn't come right out and say it, but he was making sure she remained focused on the move and didn't get cold feet. Sam prayed long and hard before making this life-changing decision, seeking God's guidance every step of the way. And everything was moving fast, at lightning speed, actually. Her townhouse had gone under contract less than a week after being listed. As soon as she was certain the sale would go through, she requested a job transfer. Once again, thanks to the hand of God, approval came within days. Sam was surprised at how calm she had been so far. God was working it all out. He had found the perfect buyer for her home, paved the way for her job transfer, and now she was moving to Florida. Her phone began vibrating, and Sam's thoughts were interrupted. It was her daughter, Brianna. "Hey there." A bubbly, youthful voice answered back. "Hi, Mom. What are you doing?" Sam let out a long sigh as she looked around the room. "What I've been doing every day for the last week. Packing. Seriously? I figured you would be done by now. You don't have that much stuff." "You would be surprised." Sam could hear a hesitation on the other end of the line. "What is it?" "Dad called. He invited me to dinner tonight." "I see." Sam grew silent. Her ex was finally coming around. As much as Sam would love for her daughter to tell him to go fly a kite, she knew forgiveness and healing between Brianna and her father was needed. Live by example, Sam. What are you teaching your daughter if you remain bitter and unforgiving? There were so many Bible verses that came to mind about forgiving others, but one in particular popped into her head. "And whenever you stand praying, forgive if you have anything against anyone, so that your Father also, who is in heaven, may forgive you your trespasses." Mark 11:25. Sam took a deep breath. "I think that's a great idea, and you should go." "Are you sure?" "Positive." Brianna had been her mother's staunchest supporter during the divorce, after discovering her father was having an affair with someone from his office. Not long after their divorce was finalized, her father had married the other woman. Anthony Rite had made a few feeble attempts to reach out to Brianna, and Sam knew that, although she loved her father, she was also struggling to forgive him for hurting them both. "I can't make that decision for you, Bri, but I think you should accept," Sam firmly replied. What was done was done. It was time to move on. God would not want Brianna, or Sam, to live with bitterness and unforgiveness. He's your father. He loves you, and you need that relationship with him. God would want us to make amends. "Okay, I'll call him back." Sam made her promise to call after the dinner date was over. When she hung up, Sam bowed her head and prayed a silent prayer for restoration of her daughter's relationship with her earthly father. Determined not to dwell on it, and convinced she'd done the right thing, Sam turned her attention back to the miserable task at hand as she grabbed another box off the counter.